Gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another Bulletmarvs review. This is going to be a review for the 1992 release of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, The Manhattan Project. Only released in Japan in 1991 and released in North America in 1992 and not released in Europe, I believe, because they would have to print a different label for Britain, being as the Turtles are actually called Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles in England. So yeah, released very late in the NES lifespan. It's your beat 'em up, it's Konami beat 'em up, in the same vein as Turtles 2 the arcade game, or Turtles the arcade game, depending on what you want to go on with that. There are a variety of levels in this, all varying aesthetics and everything. But let's start off with the storyline. What storyline? April O'Neil, obviously, being kidnapped by Shredder, and they have separated the area of Manhattan and put it up in the sky, and your mission is to save April O'Neil, more or less. So a pretty cliche story, but this is a beat 'em up. It's not about the story, it's about the gameplay. And let's go on about that now. Gameplay. As you can see in the video, I have used the Konami code so I can get more footage for you, more or less. The gameplay wise, it's very standard. You know, your A buttons to jump and your B buttons to attack. If you hold down both of them, you do a special move which takes around down something else. If you press down and B, you then do a move that can kill people in one go, or 2 hits, but then if you use the thing that usually does more damage, you get less points, and it's more of a win-loss. Do you want to go for points for 1-up, or do you just want to get through it quickly? It gives it a bit more of a varied gameplay. So, as for characters, who do you get to be? Well, we all know the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are. You get to be Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, and Michelangelo. As a big Turtles fan myself, I mean, the first game I played on the NES was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game, so when I saw this, I had to get it. But anyway, let's talk more about gameplay. Positives of it. Positives. Positives, it's fun to play and it's great to play in a group and everything of that nature. And it can last a while. You get a lot of replayability out of it, you know, playing as all different characters, figuring out different strategies and stuff as well. So you might be struggling on a boss because you can't get close to him. So if you're Raphael or Michelangelo, you're not going to be able to get close to them, but then you pick Leonardo or Donatello who have their long range weapons. So it varies up in gameplay that way. The best way to play it actually is 2-player, one person picking a close range, one person picking far range. As I said, everyone's got their own unique different attacks. So, like, Leonardo, he gets his sword and does, like, a windmill thing. Donatello, he kills up in a ball and just goes flying with that. Michelangelo, he jumps up and kicks them. Does, like, some sort of, like, vertical drop kick. And as for Raphael, he does, like, kind of a little fury attack thing. Anyway, you'll see it in the gameplay. Now, the game is good, and unfortunately, I believe they should have kept this off and released it on the Super Nintendo and just done a bit more work on the graphics, to be honest. I mean that because you do get a lot of flickering in it. There is a hell of a lot of flickering and screen tearing when moving along, and when there is more than like 3 or 4 enemies on the screen, you get a horrendous slowdown, which kind of takes away from it. So in that respect, that's how it's flawed to me. But is the game fun? Single player, you'll get about maybe 20-30 minutes out of it, and it's good for a quick bash. Multiplayer is where it is with this game. I haven't got any footage of the multiplayer. I haven't been able to capture any, but I've played Turtles 2 and I imagine it's very much similar to that. And with that, you can just go on for hours and hours and hours with it because it's so much fun to play as a 2-player game. Now, as I mentioned, didn't get released in Europe, so the reason why I'm actually doing this video, because it is kind of a unique title for the NES, and especially for European collectors, because European collectors may only go for PAL A or PAL B games. They won't really be looking at NTSC as much. As with me, I'm a Turtles fan, I had to pick it up. So is it worth picking up? You're looking around. If you're looking on eBay, which is your best bet to actually find in this game, you're not going to find it in the wild very often. I got lucky when I did, and even then I paid about €10, so it wasn't what I was comfortable paying, but I wanted the game. But you're looking to pay about 15 quid if anyone in Europe has it. But otherwise, you're looking about same 15 quid, but your postage charge from America as well, which is expensive. Or you can run this on the Big Evil E, and we all know what the Big Evil E is. And you can run it on that, but preferably you want to run it system hardware. Now, to play this game, with it being import, it has the lockout chip. It uses the lockout chip in the system. So the best way to get around that is to disable the region lockout chip in the system, and it's a very simple fix. Literally break off one of the pins from the region unlock, and that will also fix the white screen problems that you have, or the flickering problems. Most people think it's the pins, it's actually the lockout chip. Yeah, it can be the pins, but it's lockout. And that's that review for today. I want to give a few shout outs to people as well. YouTubers who I've started following and you know, do make good videos, and other ones that I've started talking to and are pretty cool people. Let me just find them. First shout I want to give is to Soul Funk Retro. He's a new guy on YouTube. He's just started, and he's just done a video on the 3D, and it's worthwhile watching. It's very informative. And as I said, he's just started out. And there's another YouTuber who's done a few more videos called Ollie Martin, and he's done like a Master System Collections video, which is very, very cool. So he's going on about his Master System collection and shows gameplay on the side in the same way that I do. And I've actually I haven't met them, but I've been talking to them through a website called retrocollect.com, and it's a mainly UK based website, and it's for retro gamers. You can put your game library on there, and I think it's worthwhile signing up for it. And my other shout out is to, what's his name? Let me just find it. His name is, where is he? I'm looking at my YouTube, can't find him. His name is Lifespiller79. I'll put all links below to the channels. I recommend watching him, especially so fun, because I think he's going to become a quite big YouTuber, because he's very talented actually at video editing, and I mean his intro is pretty damn good. It's far more than I could ever do. So yeah, I've been Bulletmarv. This has been the review of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3: The Manhattan Project, and as I say at the end of every video, keep on gaming.